Most business owners don't actually need more information. You already know you need to eat better, exercise, lead stronger, communicate better, protect your marriage, and grow your faith. You already know what to do. The problem is you're trying to grow in an environment that keeps pulling you backwards. And until your environment changes, nothing else will. Today, I want to talk about why environment matters more than motivation. One of the things that I have learned being a student of the game is information isn't the problem. We live in a world that is overloaded with information all around us. There's podcasts, there's audiobooks, there's YouTube, seminars, courses. It is so overwhelming, but people are still unhealthy. They're overwhelmed, they're isolated, and they're disconnected. It almost feels like we're on a rat race day after day after day, just a cog in the wheel. When I was building my insurance company that started in 2015, I was grinding and I was hustling. I was doing everything that it took, every energy, every ounce of my blood, sweat, and tears to build this insurance agency. And if you're building something great, and I know you are, that could be a family, that could be your health and wellness, that could be your business. Where focus goes, energy flows. It's going to take every ounce of you. And I found myself nonstop building this insurance business, and I was neglecting everything around me, my health, my relationships, and my spirituality. And sure, I was super successful on paper, but deep down inside, I was unhappy. I had the information, the podcasts, the seminars, the conferences, but I didn't have the transformation. What I've also learned is your environment is shaping you. When I reflect back and I realized what rooms that I was actually in, I realized that the rooms that I was in was shaping me. The room at my home, the room at my office, the room at my church, the room with meeting people at coffee shops. Every room shapes who you are. Think about it in your own journey. Where do you plug yourself in? What environments are you in currently right now? Because that is shaping who you are and who you're becoming. The wrong environment lowers your standards, keeps you isolated, keeps conversations surface level. I was doing this week after week after week for several years, and I was in isolation. I was having surface level conversations, and it was just constantly just building up. So for things to change, I had to change. And Jim Rohn talks about this. The right environment challenges you, sharpens you, and holds you accountable. And I didn't realize this till about 2020, roughly around 34, 35 years of age. I feel like in your 20s and your early 30s, the ego and the pride of I've got it all figured out. I don't know if you can resonate with that, but at least for me, that was on my mind. But at the end of the day, if you're on YouTube right now, I knew this much. A pebble of sand. I thought I knew it all, but I didn't. It wasn't until I got in that right environment. When I look back and I was isolating myself in those early years, what I had realized is I was building up all this stress, all this overwhelm, all this anxiety because I thought I had it figured out. I thought I had it going in the direction that I wanted to go. But what I soon realized is my body started telling me signs. I started having indicators. Have you ever had migraines, headaches, sleepless nights, or maybe ended up in the hospital for blood pressure, heart attack? All these are indicators and signs. I talk to a lot of entrepreneurs and business owners, and they think it's just, it's normal to have a migraine. It's normal to have headaches. It's normal to have high blood pressure going through these phases. But it's not. It's not okay. These are indicators and signs that something is off. Your body is telling you that something is off. How am I able to speak to this? Because I've been through this. Because I was trying to carry everything alone. And Level Up and Live was being born from my own need in what I needed in life. It's interesting how things play out. And by that happening, by the grace of God, I learned that the environment silently was determining my standards. Because I decided to stay in the same environment for 6+ years, I ended up hitting a wall. I ended up hitting a ceiling, a lid. We call it the leadership lid, because it was determining my standards. And here is why motivation always fades. Motivation can be emotional. Environment is structural. One of the things that I have learned is motivation fades. I think if you've experienced motivation, it fades. That can be in fitness, business, and marriage. It eventually will fade in a minute, a day, a week, a year, but environment keeps pulling you forward. And one of the things that I have been intentional about structuring in my week that is in alignment with who I'm wanting to become, that I would encourage you to do the same thing, is the things that's the environments that's going to allow you to be a launch pad, that's going to catapult you to become the man or woman that you are wanting to be. So for examples, for me, I started a run club. Every single week, Saturday morning from 7 a.m. to 8 a.m., we have a run club. Why a run club? Well, because I love fitness. Walk, jog, run. I love moving the body every single morning. This allows me to align with who I'm wanting to become, who I see myself with. And the people that come to the run club are doing the same thing. So this is a structure. This is an environment. And when you surround yourself with other people that are moving their bodies, that's where the transformation happens because of that environment. Another weekly date that we have with me and my wife, Kendra, in our marriage is we have Sunday meetings. Every single Sunday, we have meetings from 7 a.m. to 8:30 a.m. It's a 60 to 90 minute time block, non-negotiable, right before church. Well, you may ask, why do I have it on mornings? The reason we have it on mornings is because that's where we're optimal. That's where we're the best version of ourselves. We used to try to do it in the afternoons and the evening times, but we were just tired, we were fatigued, we were exhausted, and we were getting in arguments. So we had to create this environment, the coffee shop, morning times, me and her with a memo on things that we wanted to go over. Leadership meetings for business. What environment are you on in leadership meetings? Are you at your office? Are you at a coffee shop? Where are you holding these leadership meetings? I used to hold leadership meetings on virtually. I used to hold them at my office, and I have found them to work really well outside of the office and in somewhere like a coffee shop. And I love having leadership meetings. There's no better way to get the best from somebody early morning, mid-morning with some coffee. Again, this is the environment that I have plugged myself in. High rocks training, marathon training, all these different trainings. What environment are we plugging ourselves in? Who are we surrounding ourselves? What conversations are we having ourselves? Who we're having with? Mastermind conversations. Friday, every single week. When Level Up and Live was born, I wanted to have more conversations with business owners, leaders, and entrepreneurs because I was not having those conversations. So I needed to be intentional about structuring those conversations with these other individuals that were smarter than me in these different fields of expertise. Anywhere from business owners doing marketing, advertising, AI, all these different awesome business owners that I may be struggling with that I can learn from them and their perspective. So having those conversations allows me to be 1% better because of that environment. And I've learned this, and I want you to take away with what I have learned is you don't need to rise to your goals. You fall to your environment. Put that on repeat. And the hardest truth, sometimes the environment holding you back is the one you've normalized. And that was me, doing the same thing over and over and expecting different results. This could be, for me, it was negative conversations, victim mindset. It's the politics, it's the weather, it's the customer, right? Isolation, unhealthy habits, lack of standards. I had checked the box on all these. You can't become the next version of yourself while protecting the environment, keeping you stuck. Now, I want to invite you. Most business owners don't need another podcast. You don't need another seminar, another motivational video. What we need as business owners and leaders is we need accountability. We need some guardrails. We need to see the world in a different lens. We need community. We need challenge, intentional conversations, and better people around us. That, my friend, is what changes people. I want to leave you with something. If you've been feeling stuck, if you've been trying to force that motivation every single day, you know what I'm talking about. If you know deep down there's another level inside of you, maybe the answer isn't more information. Maybe the answer is changing your environment, changing the rooms you're in, changing the conversations you're having, changing the people you're surrounding yourself with, because environment changes people. And one of the things that I have learned being a student of the game is the more you do this and you see the impact in your life and the people around you, you want to double down, triple down, quadruple down on that. Appreciate you guys being here. Keep leveling up.